Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news. All right, folks. There's some serious buzz swirling around the NFL right now, especially when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers and their offensive line. And what's grabbing everyone's attention is the speculation about a potential blockbuster move involving Lane Johnson, the veteran right tackle of the Philadelphia Eagles. Now I know what you're thinking. Lane Johnson. At 35, he's considered one of the best at his position, but there's been chatter that the Eagles might be willing to part ways with him, especially if it means bolstering their future with draft picks and cap space. It's a move that could send ripples through the AFC, and for Steelers fans, it's worth paying close attention. The Eagles, currently sitting at an 8-4 record, have a pretty solid team overall, but their offensive line has shown some vulnerabilities, especially in pass protection. Their depth is somewhat questionable, and with Johnson being a free agent at the end of the season, the Eagles are reportedly open to trading him if the right offer comes along. The idea: they exchange Johnson for draft picks, create some cap room to invest in younger players, and rebuild a bit of their depth while managing their veteran stars. The Steelers, on the other hand, are always looking to strengthen their trenches, and adding someone like Johnson could be a game changer, especially given their current injury issues on the offensive line. From a cap perspective, the Eagles are sitting around $15 million in cap space, and with extensions potentially on the table for players like Saquon Barkley, they might see trading Johnson as a strategic move. The real question is whether they see the value in trading him now or hold on to him for a playoff push. But for the Steelers, this could be a golden opportunity. With Johnson in the fold, the offensive line instantly becomes more stable. Remember, Pittsburgh has been battling injuries on their front line, notably with Jones being out recently, which has hurt their pass protection and running game. Adding Johnson would provide a veteran anchor, someone who can immediately provide stability and leadership. Let's talk about Johnson's impact. Over the past few seasons, he's been one of the most consistent and reliable tackles in the league. His pass protection grades, according to PFF, sit around an impressive 80, 4 overall with a run-blocking grade close to 69. 8. He's allowed just 5 sacks since 2019, which is remarkable for such a high-volume blocker. His career has been decorated with All-Pro honors, and he's known for his toughness and football IQ. At 35, he's experienced enough to bring leadership but still plays at a high level, especially in pass protection, where he can be a real difference-maker for a team like the Steelers. Now, you might be wondering about the risks: age, past injuries, and whether he can hold up through a demanding playoff run. But the data suggests that Johnson remains a top-tier tackle, with a pass protection win rate of around 80% and a PFF grade averaging well above league average. Plus, he's never had any major injuries in recent years, which shows he's maintained his conditioning and durability. The Eagles are cautious about his age, but also recognize his value. They'd likely want to get as much as possible in return, perhaps a couple of draft picks or a mid-round selection, and maybe even some cap relief. For the Steelers, this move could be a true game changer. It would shore up their offensive line, which has been a work in progress all season. With Johnson, they'd have a stabilizer on the right side, a player who can anchor against some of the league's best pass rushers. His addition could also elevate the entire line's performance, boosting the protection for Kenny Pickett and opening up more running lanes for Najee Harris and Warren. In fact, with Johnson in the lineup, projections show a potential plus 12% increase in EPA per rush and a significant bump in pass efficiency, perhaps around plus 10%. That's the kind of impact that can push a team from good to great, especially in close games and playoff battles. Looking ahead to 2025, Johnson's presence could be even more valuable. His experience, combined with his current level of play, makes him a prime candidate to help Pittsburgh contend for deep playoff runs. The team has been building steadily, and adding a veteran like Johnson could be the final piece to make their offensive line one of the league's best. Plus, with the Steelers' focus on a balanced attack, protecting Kenny and enabling Najee to thrive is essential. Johnson's ability to consistently win his matchups, as seen in his +2 5 PFF grade versus the current Steelers right tackle makes him an attractive option for Pittsburgh's front office. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this potential trade could reshape the AFC landscape. The Steelers are already 6-6, battling through injuries and inconsistency, but with a fortified line, they could make a serious push in the second half of the season. Their defense remains stout, and now with an improved offensive line, their chances of making a deep playoff run increase significantly. This move could also put pressure on division rivals like the Ravens and Bengals, who are battling tight division races. If Pittsburgh manages to add Johnson, they could become a much tougher team to beat, especially in high-stakes playoff games. Of course, there are odds to consider. The Steelers' chances of winning the Super Bowl, currently at plus 8,000, could see a considerable shift if this deal goes through. Moving to plus 3,100 wouldn't be out of the question, especially if Johnson helps stabilize the offensive line and improves their overall offensive output. The addition could serve as the X factor in tight playoff games, giving Kenny Pickett more time and confidence in the pocket, and creating more opportunities for explosive plays. In conclusion, this speculative trade isn't just about adding a veteran tackle, it's about making a statement. The Steelers are positioning themselves to be serious contenders, and acquiring Lane Johnson could be the key piece to unlock their full potential. It's a move that combines experience, stability, and immediate impact, exactly what Pittsburgh needs to push through the postseason and chase that elusive 6th Super Bowl title. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, but this one feels like it could be a game-changer for both teams involved, and more importantly, for the black and gold fans dreaming of another championship. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So, Steelers Nation, what do you think about this potential move? Would Lane Johnson be the perfect piece to solidify our offensive line and push us over the top? Are you excited about the possibility of adding such a veteran presence? This kind of move could define the future of our team, and your opinion matters a lot. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear all your takes. Do you believe this could be the move that propels us back into Super Bowl contention? Or do you think there are better options out there? Either way, stay tuned because the NFL offseason is just heating up, and Pittsburgh is always in the mix for big moves like this. I'll be back soon with more updates, so keep your eyes peeled and your passion high, Steelers fans. Remember, we're in this together, and every game, every play, every move counts. Let's go Steelers, and as always, here's to hoping our team keeps fighting and striving for that next Lombardi trophy.